Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? I hope you're doing well. I know I'm kind of recording this video a little bit late today for a change. It's not dark outside still. I woke up a little bit late. It was really weird. I slept right straight through all of the morning commotion that usually happens first thing in the morning. Um, Slept right through it all. I think I've been awake for a little over an hour or something like that. I just got done watching MJ's video over there on Soulful Revolution, her YouTube channel with the morning message. Watched Deborah's reading over there on her Facebook page. Went through my social media, cuddled with my little Snookums here. She's just like, oh, yeah, we're just trying to. We're not trying, but we're just keeping nice and toasty warm. It's a little bit chilly this morning. We had our storm system blow through here yesterday. Got some snow last night. It was beautiful. It was like a little bit of sticking on the ground, not in the buildings, but not much. It's more slushy, just like they said it was going to be. So, but it's beautiful out today. Beautiful, bright blue, sunny skies. Absolutely gorgeous. I do need to run run over to the store. Angie gave when her and I went shopping the other day. She threw a little bit of money at me in case I needed something, so I didn't have to rely on them. I could just go get it. And there's something I need to see about getting. Basically, some oranges. I got one orange left. But I'm glad we had also on Friday of course, got some groceries for some stuff for me to cook. And when I got that night, I was going to see about making a pot of chili, but I just didn't feel like dealing with it. I was a little bit tired and everything. I just wanted to cook something fast. So I had bought some cube steaks, and I cooked those up. And they had something else, but the cube steaks were basically for me. Cube steaks and tater tots. Safe to say I won't be buying store brand tater tots again. They're a little on the greasy side. I'm gonna just come right out and do that endorsement. Hey, here's today's endorsement. Ore-Ida. Oh my goodness. So yeah, there's today's endorsement. Ore-Ida tater tots. They're not so greasy. All right. There's a commercial. I miss my calling. Oh my goodness. Any Oh my gosh. Anywho. Oh my word. So anyway, I'm glad Oh my gosh. Anyway, I'm glad that I waited to make that pot of chili because it did get pretty chilly. Oh, gosh, I am full of myself today, aren't I? Anyway, it did get a little chilly last night. So, yeah, having a pot of chili helped to warm us up a little bit and everything. It took a little bit longer than I anticipated. It was like, dang, it's taking longer to cook down than what it usually does. And it was a smaller stock pot than what I usually use. But I got to thinking about, I'm like, oh, it is a little bit more humid out here, whereas, of course, out there, everything's pretty dry. So moisture is able to get sucked out a little bit faster. So I'm like, okay, little notation to myself in the future. Okay. Anticipate or be mindful of a little bit more of a humid climate. So, yeah, we'll have to keep that in mind in the future. So, anyway, yeah, but it was good. It was still good. And I like a little bit of a thicker chili. I'm not a big one for runny chilies, or that didn't sound right. All right. Rewind. Okay. Anywho. But anyway, Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. So we had a nice hot pot of chili last night, and we'd also gotten some saltines. I like some buttered saltines. Yeah, right. You know what? Let me get my hand better. Turn her around. There she is. She's like, Mommy. Oh, maybe. Mommy. She's feeling a lot. Oh, there she goes. Ah! She's like, Mommy, I'm going to get you. I am going to get you, Mommy. I'm getting you, Mommy. Here, not the top of my hand. About ready to bite right straight into a vein. Yeah. There she is. Got her. Yeah. She goes, I need to shake you off now. Stinker girl. There. She got her little playtime in today. Biting my hand. She likes to go after that one spot on my hand. It's kind of like in between the bones there or whatever, and there's also a vein, a big vein right there. It's like, yeah, no, we're not going after that. She likes to go after that spot a little bit sometimes. She's such a little stinker girl. Yeah, you and your little squirrel / raccoon tail. Ooh, squirrel. She loves squirrels. She's really gotten taken to liking to them. Silly. But anywho, so what else? It's kind of a relaxing day yesterday. Oh, got my schedule inputted into my calendar on my phone, along with the house's schedules with everything that's coming out. You know, basically their work schedules and some things going on with kids. You know, like days off from school, and their daughter's prom is coming up at the end of next month, so got that inputted and so forth. Everything color coded, so I know whose is whose. Yeah. How did I wind up in this sort of a situation? I don't mind. I love it. I'm really loving it. It's like, yeah. So that was really awesome. But anywho, yeah, actually, kind of keep them in your prayers. Rick, I forgot until I was looking at the schedule. Rick is going in. I don't remember what it's for, but he's going in for surgery on the 9th. So, kind of keep him in. Well, not kind of, but please keep him in your prayers. After all, they need to have somebody around that I can banter with. We love picking on each other. I love it. I absolutely love it. So, haven't had that in a while. In a long while. Even like with boyfriends that I've had, I haven't had that in quite a while. So, but anyway, and it's been nice bantering with somebody, especially a guy. You know, it's one thing banter with a girl. It's different bantering with a guy. It brings out the tomboy in me, and I love that. So, that rough and tough exterior that I like to put up. I know how it is with me. But really deep down inside, I'm a big softie. Shh. Don't tell anybody. Yeah. Don't tell anybody. I like people thinking that I'm a bitch. No. Anywho. So she's doing better, as you can see. Yeah, she's still doing some itching. Mostly in this one spot up underneath her chinny chin chin. Yeah, up underneath her chinny chin chin. I want to get you, Mommy. Ah! I want to get you, Mommy. Oh, she's got some sharp teeth. Okay, let's see if I can. There she is. There she is. She's getting her Mommy. She's getting her Mommy. Oh, Mommy. Oh, Mommy. Mommy. I know I keep egging her on. Only because I see that look. I see that look. I know. Mommy knows. she's like, all right, I'm done. Excuse me. Anyway, yeah. As you can see, she's doing a lot better. Still right here is where she keeps scratching herself. There and a little bit on this side, her left side. So I'm going to have to figure out what's going on there. And her ear, I was kind of rubbing her ear a little bit last night, and she was just, oh. So I might still have to get her into the vet and see what may be going on there. See if there is anything going on there, or if it's just her thing. Maybe I'm hitting her G-spot. No, I know where that's at. Maybe that's a secondary. I don't know. Oh, gosh. Anyway. I'm really full of it today, aren't I? So, gosh. So anyway, yeah, she's doing a lot better. I was able to pull out a lot of those scabs, including the big one that was over there. That took a little bit of work, but it started coming off. And then, yeah, it came out. I finally was able to get it out. It was a pretty good size. It was it still kind of stuck to her or whatever, but it was ready to come off. I wouldn't have worked it otherwise. And then there's a bunch of small ones that still finding them where she had punctured herself. So anyway, at least we got the big one, so she hopefully will be taking care of a lot of that. A lot of that itching anyway. So yeah, that was awesome. Today's kind of just a relaxing day. I know I thought about maybe going for a walk. You know, I'm just kind of playing it right now. I know I'm PMSing, so I don't mind taking it easy during this time because I know what's coming up. Ugh. And I'd much rather save my energy right now. So, but I thought about maybe going for a walk. I do, oh, that's right, I do have to walk over there to the store, so that'll be my walk. That's about 1/4 mile. So, which is okay. And I should get paid on Wednesday, which will be awesome. I did find out, I haven't heard from the DA's office, but I don't know, I just had that inkling late last night to go up and take a look at that court case again, look at those charges, and I was able to find out or see the history of everything that has happened with the case up until this point. And this is definitely, just to confirm, this is definitely preliminary hearing, and it should be heard at 10 a.m. So it was a good thing I went up there, because I was kind of wondering, I'm like, am I going to have to sit around waiting all day for this? Not that it was really a concern of mine as far as being impatient is concerned, just trying to figure out, okay, should I eat something ahead of time? Should I wait? You know, just trying to gauge for my diabetes and everything. I'm just like, so I was kind of concerned about all of that and everything. But then I found out, okay, it's definitely going to be heard at 10 o'clock. You know, you check in at 9:30. 9:30 their time, 11:30 here, and then 12 o'clock here, it'll be heard, 10 o'clock out there. So, yeah, I hope you got that right. I'm still figuring it out. But I got that input in my calendar, too, because it's like, yeah, that can be a little bit on the confusing side. You know, I never used to have these problems. I used to catch on to things real fast and this and that, and now it takes me a minute. It's like, okay, slow down a second. Give my brain a minute to process this. I still grasp things, but it's taken me a little bit longer. It's like, sucks, but oh well. I don't know, maybe I need to go back to my tablet games. I don't know. Help work my brain a little bit more. So, but yeah. Did have a little bit of a low sugar last night. Did ate a little bit of something to compensate, especially since I was going to be, I hadn't taken my long-lasting insulin just yet. And I'm like, I'm going to go ahead and eat a little bit something. Woke up with a high sugar this morning. Can't predict it sometimes, especially when you're PMSing. It's like going through all of that, and then of course period fucks things up too. Yeah, lots of fun being a diabetic and still going through all this shit, and you're going through perimenopause, and your body can't decide if it wants to go through menopause or not. There. I feel much better now. I'm in a strange mood, aren't I? Anyway, I'm getting my confidence back. Yeah, let's face it. With everything that had happened last year, I really got beaten down into the ground quite a bit, and feels good to be getting back to my normal self. So, anywho, speaking of confidence, towards the end of MJ's video, she had said something that really resonated with me. And it was, I lost my train of thought there for a minute. That's another big issue that I have. Basically, what she had said is, instead of the universe telling you, you're telling the universe what you want, or what sort of path that you want to go down. And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I've been doing here lately, haven't I? And that's when it hit me what I really want. Yes, don't get me wrong, I want the house with the garden, front porch too, please, by the way, if we're going to wind up going down that route. Bay window, I know what I really want. I want a chance to get to know him. My gentleman friend that I mentioned yesterday, and that I have been mentioning, I want a chance to get to know him. I want to know him. I want to be able to explore it. I want to be able to explore the possibility. So that's what I want. I want the family. I want the laughter. The thought, yes, all of that, with having the house and the garden, so on and so forth, it's nice. But I also felt alone. I don't want that. Yes, of course, I have my baby. But that only goes so far. I want laughter in my life. I want joy, all that happiness. I want the interaction. I want love. That's what I want. Yeah, I realize what I've been describing is idealized or whatever, and I know that it comes with challenges too. Nothing's perfect. There's going to be flaws. But it's up to all of us to see past them, to embrace them, realize that they're there, and embrace them, and realize that it's all encompassing. just like I had to do when I first started down the spiritual journey with myself. I had to take a really good, long, hard look at my dark side and embrace it, give it a big kiss and hug, basically. Take it down by the hand and walk down the journey. It's the same thing with a relationship. And realize that I know in this circumstance, with this person, I know that he's very close to his family. That's something that would take a little bit of me getting used to. I know that. In some ways, I'm not, at least initially, I'm not an outgoing person. I can tend to be a bit standoffish with people. Part of it is me gauging subconsciously. I don't realize it. Trying to, basically my subconscious, trying to figure out if this person is someone that I really want to open up to or not. If it's somebody who is trustworthy, what sort of energy they have, all those sorts of things. And decide if if it is somebody that I feel comfortable around, basically. And if I do, or I'm trying to figure out if there's an aspect of them that I can feel comfortable around them. And the other parts where maybe I feel a little funny with or whatever, maybe, figuring out how to work around it. How to embrace it. That's what, not work around it, but how do I embrace it? How do I deal with it? So, yeah, it could take me a minute. And in some way, and he's like me, it comes from large. I came from, don't get me wrong, I'm an only child, but my mom's side of the family is huge. And unfortunately never got a chance to get to know most of them. Because most of the kids, my mom's siblings, were either adopted or fostered out. So there's not too many of them that I ever really knew. And of course now most of them have passed away. And unfortunately the ones that I did know were drama queens, which I get, considering my grandmother was. And my father's side, I'd say it's pretty average sized family. I mean, there was only 4 kids that they had. My grandparents, and they had all boys. The youngest never married, had kids or anything. I think he had a girlfriend at one point, but that's about it. And he died 20 years ago. Then there's the 3. They all, of course, married, had kids of their own. But the 2 older ones, who are, my father is the 3rd, and the 2 older ones, it was like, those kids, you're the oldest ones, of course they were older than me, so, I was kind of in the middle as far as the cousins on that side is concerned. With my one cousin, since how her and I were kind of closest in age, and she was just, I think she's a couple years younger than me, something like that, like 2-3 years. I don't remember how much younger she is, but anyway, there was the hope that her and I would be close or whatever, but it didn't happen. She had her own issues. Anyway, we're not going to go there. So there's never any closeness, basically, is what it boils down to. And then there's another younger cousin after her. Um, he's the only one. He's the only boy to carry on the family name, basically. I think he had a son too, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, so yeah, unfortunately, really on neither side of the family, I never had opportunities. I was kind of close to my one cousin who was a year older than me on my mom's side, but she wound up going on her own path. Um, it was about 30 years ago, something like that. So, and we haven't really spoken very much. Actually, we haven't actually had a physical conversation. It's mostly just, like through texting or whatever. Um, Aside from that, now I haven't really ever had family experience. So, um, yeah, it would be a total different experience for me. And I know it will take a lot for me to come out of my shell. But I do. I would really like to have opportunity to get to know him. Um, and I'm not going to say, but we'll see what happens or anything. I'm just putting it out there. I'd like to get to know him. I'd like to get to know you. Hmm. Yeah. So, yeah. Um, and if it works out, great. Figure it out. If not, okay. Who knows? Maybe we're just meant to be friends. And go from there. But I would, either way, I very much would like to have somebody in my life. I really, really would. I've enjoyed my time here. I've enjoyed being surrounded by people who are like me, you know, um, can feel at ease talking with each other and so forth. I really haven't had that in a long time. And one thing too, I've been meaning to mention, is Rick. He's a coffee drinker. My mom was a coffee drinker. It's funny because they both drink the same coffee. And one of the things that really caught me and it still catches me every once in a while, smelling that coffee brewing first thing in the morning. I've loved smelling that again. Even though I'm not a coffee drinker, I'm a tea drinker. I loved the smell of fresh brewing coffee first thing in the morning, and I've missed that a lot. I really have. But it's not me missing my mom. Yeah, don't get me wrong, I miss her. It's just a memory that I have forgotten that I used to love all the time. Yeah. And I slept right through it this morning. Just like, like with the ice cream, that Blue Moon ice cream and my Wyawega cheese. Um, they're memories that I had forgotten about. And it's been nice experiencing them again. Yeah. And I want that again. Only with somebody that I can wrap my arms around first thing in the morning, you know? Whether it's in bed or downstairs in the kitchen, you know? Or maybe he can wrap his arms around me, you know? I'll admit, I'm a romantic at heart. I'm a big softie, even though I have this rough and tough exterior. But, you know, somebody I can let my guard down with. And I feel safe and comfortable doing it. Yeah, that's what I want. So, I'm going to leave it at that for now. I love you. I'll talk to you soon.